Hello guys, it's pakman here and welcome to the other video tutorial about creating chat app. And today we'll show error messages that comes from Firebase exceptions. So previously we just showed some UI validation errors that we made, and now it will be handling errors from Firebase. So to start with, we need to catch Firebase authentication errors. To do that, we need to specify the exception that we want to catch. So it will be on Firebase of exception catch error. First of all, for now we can just return false. However, it won't be really helpful because that will be too general, but we want to show Firebase exception errors, and based on the code, Firebase exception code that's returned from Firebase of exception, we want to show user-friendly error message. Of course, we can log our error to console. We need to change basically the returning time from bool to something that we return if our sign-in method is successful or not, and also what is our error message. To do that, we'll create a new model. Let's name it login response.dart file, and it will be class that will have our boolean parameter is success, which will determine if our login function is successful or not. And also there will be a boolean error message, which will have user-friendly error message when the response is not successful. So let's create a constructor for that. And now let's change our interface. So instead of returning boolean, now let's just return login response. Of course, when I change our abstract class, then our method complains that the sign-in method not return boolean, but our login response function. So let's just change to login response here as well, and let's just fix our functions. The same with login Google API. We need to add missing reference. And of course, now instead of returning a boolean, we need to return login response. And here is true, error message is null. And let's change the error message to not be required. We only need to return that when we catch an exception. So we can now remove our error message when our login response is successful. So now what we need to do, we need to return our login response whenever we catch any error. If that will be no Firebase of exception error, it will be general error. Then what we can do, we can just return a general error. Oops, something went wrong. And let's just copy that and just return it as well in the sign up function and also in the login API. So now we will create our error messages when we catch Firebase of exception. We can also return just general one, but of course we want to have error message to be dependent on the error code, because whenever we try to get a Firebase of exception object, we have our code, and this code will be one of the following that we have in our sign with email and password documentation. And it will be invalid email, user disabled, user not found, and wrong password code. Of course, we don't need to specify user-friendly messages for all of them, but we'll specify for the most important ones. However, those are kind of important ones. So I will just copy this for a helper method, and we will create this error messages handling and showing user-friendly error message in our extension. So we create our extensions folder, and now what we will do, we'll just create Firebase of exception extension.dart file. So let's just create extension Firebase of exception extension on Firebase Firebase auth exception. And let's create a string method. Let's call it get error message. And let's just create switch case, and the switch will be dependent on our code, which is part of our Firebase auth exception. And before that, I will just put our the part of the documentation and type of error codes in a comment. So let's just copy our invalid email as a first exception. We just paste it here, and when it's invalid email, we just create an error message called "This is invalid email." However, invalid email format should be already handled by our UI validation that we created, but we can also add it here as well. So let's just add the other case for other error codes, and here it will be one for user disabled, and we can just create an error message: this user is disabled, user not found, which will be error message: this user does not exist, and wrong password, which will be kind of common type of error. Password is wrong. Let's just save it, and by default let's just return and our general error message: oops, something went wrong. And now whenever we have this extension, we can now return our login response, and our error message basically will be get error message. And now we should have the suggestion to add the Firebase auth extension. So we can just copy this. Basically, we can just copy whole exception, Firebase auth exception, and add it in other methods, and also just we can add it in Google login. Of course, we need to import our missing reference here. And of course, what we can do, we can also copy the successful login response, and also we can return it instead of boolean in our sign-in function, so that we don't have any errors. And also it's missing here in a sign-up function. As you can see, whenever we have for signing up, we have some other errors, for example, weak password or email already in use. So we can just copy this extra codes and add it to our comment. So let's just add it. Invalid email, we have already created that, but what we can do, we can add email already in use, and also we can add weak password for user. Operation not allowed is something that the user maybe is not interested in that kind of error message. It's only relevant to us for extra logging and so on. So now what we will do, we'll just create our email already in use error code. We'll handle that error code, and we'll return error message to user: this email is already taken. And what we can do the same for our weak password. Okay, and as you can see in our login Google API, if we go with sign in with credential function, we can see that here there are some other error codes, like account exists with different credential, which won't be really helpful for the user. We don't want to show all the information from error codes to the user, as it can be also helpful for some hackers as well, like invalid verification ID. Those error codes will be handled in our default case in our switch in get error message, and we will just return oops, something went wrong. So what we can do, we can now go to our login form, and we need to change our isLogin success because it was a boolean variable. But now let's just change it to our to be final login response, because it's now it's a login response of a type of object. So instead of the opposite of boolean, it will be the opposite of login response dot is success, and the same. So now we can just show the error message, and to do that, well, basically instead of having a boolean has failed function, we can change it to be our string, boolean string error message. So whenever this error message is not null, then we want to show the error message. So let's just add it as null as default value. And here what we can do, we can just check if our error message is different than null. Then we can return our error message. Of course, now we know that it's not null, so we can force it to get the value of null label. And now what we can do, we can basically now specify error message to be our login response error message. Of course, if login response is successful, then our error message is null, so our on our UI it won't be shown anyway. And the same with Google login. Let's just save it. And I think we can run our application. So now our application is up and running, so we can try to log in. Let's just put some stupid values. Of course, it needs to be a valid email, so that we have an error now that this user does not exist, and actually that works because this user does not exist is part of our extension. Whenever we have a user not found error code, and we already have it locked, user not found error code. So basically it's working. What we can do, we can then try to test different error code. So let's test the wrong password, because that's kind of easy to get to do that. As you can see, we have two test users, so let's test weak password with our test user with our email provider. And to do that, let's just type here our test user. Of course, that password is definitely wrong. So yeah, password is wrong. And if we go back to our Visual Studio Code, we can see that it's locked wrong password error code, and our UI-friendly error message is shown in our application. So let's now try to log in with correct credentials to see if everything is okay. And yeah, we are signed in with correct credentials. So yeah, it's working. That's it for today. See you next time. Who is the best?